Start screen's gone. You're in it now. Welcome to my world. Today, I want to talk to you about why I make the videos I make. The videos about self-development, but also the videos that are artsy and mixtapes and all sorts of things that are clearly inspired by the nerdiest things ever, but mostly video games. And sometimes film analysis videos coming soon. I want to tell you why I put these two things together, self-development and video games, and how they go together. I think it will change your perspective on both. First, let's talk about that self part. Even as close as a few months ago, I was the type of person who believed that self-development meant becoming somebody that you currently are not. You know, like evolving or leveling up in a video game. Wasn't it that progress was going upwards and away from who I was currently being? Wasn't it getting rid of or making better all of the parts of myself that I didn't like or thought were weak? Wasn't it becoming some brand new avatar and living as that new character as it was all designed in my head? Wasn't I that malleable? That relative? Well, if you've been paying attention to my Substack, my Instagram, or this YouTube channel, you'll know that what I've discovered is that the key to self-development is not improvement. It's acceptance. Being all that you already are. Exploring that fully, not hiding from it or shoving it away. The key is to face it, to be really honest about your unchangeable nature, who you are already as a character. Get that all that you can change are your habits and your areas of focus. But otherwise, you are who you are. Development isn't about becoming that girl, some new shiny version of yourself. It's about going deeper into who's already there, who you came here as. That's where you find all of the gold you were looking for, not in the illusion of a self you were trying to create instead. And no one will tell you that. No one will tell you that you just haven't looked in the most obvious place. I used to like video games because I thought they were a way for me to play out that better version of myself, flung into a far future or into another dimension of time, where I could practice what she would do, what life would be like to make choices that she would make, and maybe, just maybe, bring it out with me into the real world. Get stronger level by level and prove to myself that I could be someone else if I just hacked into the monster hard enough. Now, I do still think there is a kind of level component to life, but as I said, not in the form of getting better, in the form of going deeper. Video games, especially side scrollers, would have you believe that getting to the next level is linear. All you have to do is beat down the obstacles that are blocking you from walking across that horizontal line, right? If you destroy the pieces of yourself that are monstrous, you can reach that North Star, forward and up ahead. But if you accept those pieces instead, I think that levels become a vertical line pointing down. Your North Star is below you, or rather, inside you. You go deeper into how much you accept yourself. You excavate more and more and more parts of yourself. You get more and more parts of yourself reflected back to you, no matter how monstrous. And each time, you get to respond to the question that each piece will eagerly ask of you. Will you love even me? And if you say yes, you will go deeper and you will be rewarded. This is what I think levels are actually about. What video games themselves might actually be about. I mean, think of what you have to go through to face the big bad at the end. They're the quote-unquote most despicable creature in all of the land. So of course they're in the darkest pit, in the bottommost layer of the story, of reality. You discover so many things about yourself and your world along the way, and face so many mirrors and foils to yourself to get there. It makes perfect sense. If you resist yourself and adhere to that model of betterment, of course you're going to confront a big bad. That's how awful you think you are. But if you can accept how even you are reflected in that aspect of life that the monster represents, you will be rewarded. You will deepen. If you're going to become anything, you're going to become more yourself. Most people who only lightly engage in video games would say that video games are a form of escapism, that I'm adding meaning where there isn't any. And sure, escapism can be a part of it, but the same can be said of movies and all of your favorite TV shows. It all depends on how you use them. They can be tools. And I'm not interested in escapism. I'm interested in going deeper into reality. Like in the game Deltarune, I'm just like, get me in that shelter. Get me in there. Get me in the place that's underneath it all. Get me to the hottest core of the earth. I want the truth of who I am. I want to know what I am made of. But Chelsea, you might be saying, video games are not the truth. They're just fake worlds you play in. Well, you're only half right. A world is what you are taken into every time you engage in a story. That's the point of any story, to take you into a world, a perspective, a truth. I want to take you into a world every time you engage in one of my videos, every time you read one of my books, every time you see one of my posts. I really believe that every time I take you into a world, even if it is a fake world, I am taking you deeper into this world, our world, the one we call reality. Why? Because you start to look at our world through a different lens. I'm refracting it for you. I'm scattering it for you. I'm blasting it into a bunch of different pieces of a mirror, different reflections of light. And you can explore every little piece. Every little piece is like its own world, its own level. And each mirror is like a lake, like Salome talks about, where you can go deep, deep in and connect with a piece of yourself, a piece of reality, an aspect of life, something you didn't realize about it before. You get deeper and deeper and deeper, which implies that you get closer to death. The risk of death increases each time. But death talk and how video games are all basically a metaphor for death is a video for another time.
Game over!
This is how I see video games connecting to the development of the self, to just being, which is all I really care about talking about and writing books about and making art about. This isn't about simulation theory or nostalgia or, like I said, escapism. This is a new lens to look at the art of video games with as incredible, interactive story machines. If they're a simulation of anything, it's a visceral portal into self-exploration. And, if you dare, self-acceptance. You did more than you know by watching this video. Save your progress. I'll see you in the next level.